Welcome back! In this video you will learn how to create and manage your colony so you can make that passive income in the way that let's say the rest of the galaxy won't burn your planet to the ground and take all your cookies that you are hiding away. Don't forget to watch till the end and I will show you the build order so your colonies will be unstoppable. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps a small YouTuber out. Let's get started.
Which planet?
First things first. We need to find a nice planet to colonize, but what kind? First thing we have to look at is hazard rating. We can look at hazard rating in a way. The lowest hazard rating of 75% are usually beautiful planets that just scream colonize me. And then there are planets with 250%, where wild fungus will eat your people for breakfast. Jokes aside, let's look at it basically. Lower the hazard rating, the cheaper the upkeep on your buildings will be, and vice versa. The higher the hazard rating, the more expensive it will get. Therefore, I recommend for your first planet to have around 75 to 100% hazard rating. Of course, you can go higher hazard rating if the other characteristics are too good to pass on. Next important thing is accessibility. Accessibility. This stat is important for trading your made goods. It directly impacts the imports and the exports for your planet. Every 10% allows you to import/export one extra good. That is why you don't want to find your planet too far away from the core world. Not only you will export much more because it's closer, but also there will be much less pain in the ass to go back and forth to the systems. And also don't worry that much, you can increase accessibility by building spaceport, let's say upgrading it, or using skill points on fleet logistic, which is one of the best skills in the game. Next we have resources. This is another thing you have to look out for, mainly ores and farmland. These range from poor to ultra rich for ores. Depending on what kind of things you get, you can build farming or mining industries when you start a new colony. And next you have to find your planet. So yes, search around the core worlds. Some people say that you can find hospitable worlds in system with yellow sun in them. Well, for me, in my playthroughs, that has never been the case. I find them 80% of the times in system with warning beacons. Also, they care for the remnants in those systems. Besides finding right planet, there are other important things to look at. Having more hospitable planets in one system is huge for better defenses and convenience. Also, there are things called stable locations. These are white circles you will find and be able to build, let's call it radars? You have three options: stability, sensor range and burn speed. So it would be great if your system would have all three of these locations. But at least it should have one so you can build the stability relay in your systems. Sometimes you find a great planet with everything you want, but no stable location. I personally cannot handle this thing. So I have downloaded commands mode, and by adding these lines from Reddit, a stable location can be created. And if you're interested, check out one of my mod videos. I will leave it down in the description.
Colonization.
So now the bare minimum to colonize your planet is 1000 crew members, 200 supplies and 100 heavy machinery. But you have to be careful with two things. Make sure you have enough supplies and crew to man your ships, because after the minimum requirements are used, you will lose them. So most of the time it happens that your ship is undercrewed and unable to do combat. Another thing, you have to make sure that you have enough strong fleet to help your planet in the early stages. Usually you defend it against pirates. Around 2 carriers, 4 mid-sized ships, and if you want, you can go extra distance and get 1 capital ship.
Buildings.
So you have established your colony. And what can we build? Right now we will go through every building, and at the end of the video we will talk about how and what should you build if you want to be set for your StarSector life. The first building is Spaceport. This is the most important building you have. It allows your planet to be connected to the rest of the galaxy. It allows you to do the basic planet things like repairs. Spaceport will automatically start building itself after colonization. And now it's your time to decide what you want to build. Okay, here are the buildings you can build. The first is Orbital Station. As the name implies, you build an orbital station that defends your base against pirates and enemy fleets. Fuel production produces fuel. Ground defenses, when the enemy fleet will breach your defenses like orbital station and your fleet, it will send its military to land on your planet. And here where the ground defenses will help you defend against the enemy. Then we have heavy industry, one of the most important industries in the game, because heavy industry not only make good money, but also allows you to build better and stronger fleets that defend your colony. Then we have light industry. It produces basic domestic goods, but if you have open port, it also produces drugs. We have two basic things, mining and farming. Mining produces ore. It's based around the resource stats of your colony. And then of course farming. If you have nice farming plantations, you can make good money by farming. Then we have refining, it smelts ore. Commerce allows you to sell stuff like on any other planet. Then here we have Petrol HQ. This structure allows you to create fleets that will defend your systems. Then we have tech mining. You can build this thing on your planet if you have runes, and it basically digs for valuable things like cores and a lot of blueprints. And the last thing we have is space station. This basically allows you to get the basic resources like fuel and supplies from your planet. One more thing, industries demand some items and also produce some. Here you can see all the items that you are producing and also importing and that you need to have working planet. If you click on any of these, it will create a menu. You can see the entire market, where you can buy it, where is it in high price, demand. So we have stability. This basically is like hit points of your planet. If it's high, you get strong fleets, everything's okay. But if you get attacked and people raid you and destroy your stuff, the stability will go low. And if this happens, you have option to stabilize. If it stays low for too long, the planet will basically die. Then we have the excess power of the fleets. Power of the ground defenses. You can see how big our planet is. And here, usually, if we have pirate activity or anything else, we should actually take care of it. And here we have attributes of this planet. You can abandon this planet, but you can only abandon planets that are size 4 or lower. Then we have grow incentives. This, usually at the start, you have always on full. The more cash you will give them, the faster will the population on your planet grow. Be careful, it drains the money quite fast. Of course, the credits you make or lose per month and your hazard rating. If you click here as for resources, here you will see your shop, and as we called, if you build a base station, you will see your basics, needs and what you built. Oh, and one more thing, the free port, it's a great way to make extra money, but be careful at start, don't use it, your planet can buy illegal goods. And this is the thing that the other factions don't like and will attack you for it.
Management.
Administrators govern your colony, and based on their skills will add bonuses. First colony you will get, you will be the administrator. At the start you can control only 2 planets, and if you go above this limit, you will get stabilization penalties. Don't worry, you can increase the number of planets by leveling up this skill. Next option is to get officers. You can find them in bars around other colonies or in crashed derelict ships. And the last one, and the best choice, are the cores, specifically the alpha cores. They will make your planets industrial powerhouses. You can also put them in separate industries to get various bonuses. For example, HQ will give you, orbital station will get level 20 AI that will make it absolute monster. Spaceport more accessibility, and the other things will get increased production and decreased costs. But Uran, it sounds too good. What's the catch? Well, the people, especially the hegemony, won't like you that much. They will send inspections and you want to stop them, and that will soon escalate in all-out galactic war. And the best thing is, if you want to try to remove them, they will kind of tell the entire galaxy you have cookies in your base, and the galaxy wants those cookies.
Enemies.
We have pirates. These will appear from the very moment you start your first colony. After you build your defenses just a bit, they will stop being any threat to you. But sometimes they can be annoying with their pirate activity, so you have to find their base and destroy it. Expeditions. After your colony reaches a certain industrial point, or you do something to piss other faction off, like using cores, they will start to send expeditions to disrupt your prosperity. This will range on the size, and you have two options: to fight them or pay them. It will cost you 100,000 cash to avert expeditions, but be careful, this doubles every time you choose this option. Inspections. Oh, our favorite hegemony. So yeah, it's about your alpha core usage. They don't like it, and they will check on you. You have, as always, two options: you pay them or you fight them, but don't let them inspect. And lastly, Ludic Path cells. Ludic Paths hates progress and technology and everything fun. After a certain prosperity point, you will start getting them. They work very similarly like pirate activity. You will find their base and destroy it.
Build order.
And now the tips to be unstoppable. It is all about how you build your planets. I personally wait for one more thing till I colonize my first planet, and it is the pristine nanophore. And the whole reason is that you put this thing on your heavy industries and it will increase the ship quality. That means that you can configure your fleets and won't have to focus on the quality. You won't have demods, and you can spend more points increasing your fleet size and officers. This gets even better when your planet is bigger, because the bigger your planet will get, the stronger your fleet will get. Alright guys, let's get to the OP part. I have been using it since the start I got to know it, and that is why I urge you to follow this Reddit guide. In this guide you have exact steps which you take to create your unstoppable colony. And especially if you take notice and don't go about the 7-point limit, not only you won't get Ludic Path cells, but in my experience, expeditions don't come nearly at all. And then it will be up to you when you go above the 7-point threshold and make everything go against you. And one small tip for you: don't optimize your fun away. Choose your limit, how strong your planet you want it to be, and go over that limit so you experience the game how it's meant to be.
Quick tips.
You can find pirate and Ludic Path bases by asking in the bar of your colony. The blueprints allow you to build that specific stuff in the menu. Heavy industry increases the amount you can make in a month. So in my experience, focusing on capital ships as your patrolling fleets is more effective. Alright guys, if you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. And if you're still curious, you can check, for example, this video, or maybe something more fun like this. Hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Bye bye guys.